Hey, welcome back to the Become Great podcast. Today, I have my dear friend, Esther Chan. Esther is in the third year at BSSM here in Redding, California. She's third yearing for me, meaning she's serving me in a capacity with this podcast, and she's also serving in other ways, working on my book and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. She also happens to work at Chick-fil-A here in town, the one that I own. And so I thought it'd be really cool having Esther on here to talk through relationships. Esther was like having questions about relationships, and you guys have asked for a podcast on relationships. So I thought, hey, let's have this podcast with someone who's curious. And so welcome, Esther.
Thanks. Hey, guys. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you because over the last 6 months, I felt like your and I's relationship has gotten really close. I feel like a mentor in your life, someone who believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And I'm excited to hear, hey, what kind of questions do you have around relationships? How old are you?
I'm 20.
20 years old. So you're living in this world where relationships are pretty complicated, and there's a lot going on, but whether it's your parents or your siblings or if you're dating somebody. And so I just want to be free to just like ask me questions and let's process through some stuff.
Yeah. I think one of the questions I had when you were introducing me was, you chose to mentor me, obviously. Like, we had an interview process and everything. Yeah. But when I chose you, I didn't really know who you were. I was like, this guy.
Other than your boss.
Yeah, other than my boss. He's my boss, but he looks legit. He made me legit. And I think, like, I was in an event with you one night that you were hosting, and you were speaking on it, and I realized, oh, that guy's actually legit. Like, he's actually someone that I want to learn from and someone that I want to be under. But I was just curious to hear, like, how you knew you wanted to mentor me.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
One of the things I've seen in you, and this is at a distance, right? Because you're in my business, and the one consistent thing I saw was whatever we gave you, you stewarded really well. And so I knew I could trust you in a small thing or in a big thing. Because if you can steward small things really well, then I know that you will steward big things well. And so I had watched you just at a distance. We would hand you this, we would hand you some training, we would hand you this assignment, and you steward it well every step of the way. So I'm observant. And so I remember back in the day before I was married, if a girl was flirting with me, or I perceived that a girl was flirting with me, right? I would then start watching that girl. And I'm like, is she just really friendly with men? Or am I special? And 95% of the time, I found that they're just really friendly with men, and it had nothing to do with me. Right? And so I'm just observant. I look at how people interact with one another, and I look for threads in how they interact. And so if I'm observing, I can learn so much about people just by watching, just by observing them. And so I don't want to make a conclusion based on an interaction that is incorrect. So, oh my gosh, I think she likes me. And then you watch and you go, oh, so this is just who she is. I took her kindness as flirtation, right? With you, I observed. And I'm like, man, one consistent thread about her is she stewards whatever we hand her really, really well. Without having deep relationship with you, that was an observation I made. And so when you came to me, I was super honored that someone who had observed my life for over a year wanted to serve me, right? In that capacity. And I was like, well, she's seen me, good, bad, ugly, from a distance for over a year. And she still wants to serve me. That meant a lot to me. And watching you from a distance. So you watched me from a distance, I watched you from a distance. And when I watched you, I was like, yeah, I can trust her.
Thanks.
Yeah. And so those are things that I will just naturally do. Like somebody asked me my opinion on another person. All I do is I take all the observations that I have and I go, what's my conclusion with all these observations? They may be right, they may be wrong, because usually it's from a distance, right? So
that's good. Well, the short time that I've been under you, if there's one thing I've learned from you was that you believed in me so much more than I believed in myself.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, to me, like, that was really mind blowing for me, for someone to like be able to see something in me that I couldn't see in myself yet.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, like, is that something that you were born with? Was that something that you were trained? Like, how did you like get to this point, like, where you're able to like look at someone and see something, the future in them?
I was mentored by a man named Steve Backlund, and he believed in me more than I believed in myself. And it's actually a gift of God that he has to believe in people. But he was also trained by a man, right? Who believed in him more than he believed in himself. And so I'm under this leadership trait of these people who believe in others more than they believe in themselves. The interesting part about believing in people more than they believe in themselves is that your selection process for who you believe in, that becomes more difficult. So I don't just believe in everybody. I believe in people who deserve it. So like, I will trust many people. Doing that makes you very vulnerable to getting hurt by many people, right? Which is okay with me. I've dealt with a lot of pain. I'm okay with it. But when I believe in somebody, I start giving them authority in my life. I start giving them things that they're allowed to do and they're not allowed to do. Like, now you have access, right? And so those people now have trust in my world that is at a high level. And so that's what I offer you. And what I find majority of the time is if I believe in somebody, they will rise to the level of belief I have in them if they're good stewards of relationships, which you have been.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
How do you, because I want to be able to be someone, I get to be under your leadership at work, and I get to just look over like 11 team members every 8 hours for my 8-hour shifts. And I want to be able to believe in them as I have been believed in. Yeah. If that makes sense. How do I steward that well? Not just in work, but just in general of like, hey, I want to believe in you. How can I walk it out?
You have to become the greatest observer.
Okay.
Right? The best observer in the room. So you're keeping track. Hey, I asked this person to do this. I asked them to take a 10. They took a 15. Right? A 10-minute break. They took a 15-minute break. Right? Oh, that guy's not a good steward of their time. I'm going to keep that in mind. And I'm going to make sure that I let them know, hey, you should be back at this time. Right? Because I know that person doesn't steward their time well. I'm a great observer of how my team operates. What is their strength? What is their weakness? As their leader, my responsibility is to promote their strength, guard them from their weakness. Right? And so I make them aware of their weakness. Hey, here's some rails. I need you to stay inside these rails. Right? And really want to promote their strengths. So if you can be a great observer, hey, I heard you with that guest. Loved the way you interacted with them. That guest felt so valued. On the other side, right? Hey, I heard you with that guest. That's not how we talk with our guests. You wouldn't talk to somebody who came over to your house like that as you're serving them dinner. We don't talk like that in our restaurant because we're serving them dinner. We're the host. And so you become a great observer of their skills, of what they're good at, what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are. And some of them you only get small interactions with, right? But then you want to highlight what you see and take mental note, and then either create guardrails or praise, and publicly praise. Nobody wants a private praise. No. They want it publicly. Put it on Slack, say it out loud, do it as many times as you can. When I walk by team members, I usually am sharing something I love about them. Right? Yeah. And that's something that's intentional. Yeah. And so as a leader, we don't have permission to be unintentional.
This is good. Yeah.
It's a lot though. Yeah. Because we're stewarding people, their lives, their future, we're a part of forming their destiny. And so I want to be a part of that. And I want to do a good job. I want them to feel cared for. I want them to feel valued. Those are all super important to me Because if I care about them, they're going to care about the things I care about. And the same is true of you.
Yeah.
If you care about them, they're going to care about the things you care about.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before we started, you were like poking around with this concept of forgiveness. What were you going at?
I was just, I don't know. What does the true forgiveness look like in a relationship? It isn't like, say, you have a bad relationship with your parents and you want to actually, like reconciliation is actually what it's meant for you, like that God has for you guys.
Yeah.
And like family, because I think that something that's really important to me is family and relationships.
Yeah.
And I believe that there's reconciliation between me and my parents.
Yeah.
And I believe that forgiveness is a big part to it. But I think I realize that sometimes when I go home, I still carry that unforgiveness, even though I forgave them over and over and over again. Yeah. So I'm like, did I forgive them? How do I walk out forgiveness in a way that is healing for both me and my relationship with my family?
Like my question is, well, I started having this question, like,
yeah,
did you actually forgive them?
Yeah.
And I started thinking, if you forgive somebody and the wound is starting to heal, and then they come up to the wound and they press the wound again, it makes it really hard to forgive that person over and over and over again. And so you then start creating some boundaries. Now, we can forgive people. I can forgive my dad. My dad can forgive me. We can all just forgive one another. But then we still choose to interact. But now, under forgiveness, there has to be some new rules established around our interaction. I had a conversation with my dad. I said, hey, I'm in my 40s now. I don't know if I feel respected as a man by you. He's like, what? I totally respect you. And now the way you talk to me, like I feel like you still talk to me like I'm your child, and I need our relationship to evolve into a friendship. Like, what do we need to do for our relationship to evolve into a friendship? What a great conversation starter, right? And I'm telling him, I desire this. Now you're in your early 20s. You're like, your parents still look at you like a child. You're in that awkward like transition. I'll tell you what I did in my 20s.
Okay.
So my dad and I always had a bit of a complicated relationship. And so, but I love my dad. My dad deeply loves me. And I started coming home every Saturday. So I was living in a different city and I would come home every Saturday. And my dad had this desire his desire is that his kids would know who he really is. He's like, I just one day want my kids to know who I really am. And I took note of that. And so I would come home every Saturday and I would sit on his couch and he would just tell me all of his problems. Like 3, 4, 5 hours. He would just vent to me. And I said nothing. I would just be an ear to my dad. And I learned to serve him that way. 1 year goes by, 2 years go by, 3 years go by. Every Saturday, sitting on his couch. And now I'm sewing into him. About 4 years in, my dad goes, he's venting about something. And he goes, what do you think about that? It was the first time he asked for my input. And I was like, well, if I was in your shoes, this is what I would do. My brother told me one day, he's like, why is it that you don't like correct people? And the Bible puts it this way. It's like throwing pearls to swine. Now it's not that I don't correct people I have authority over or I have a relationship with. But if I don't have authority over someone, like my father, who has authority over me, I don't correct him. I might ask him to treat me differently. I might correct him in my relationship with him, but I don't correct him in the way he lives his life. He's a grown man. What I will do is I will allow him to seek counsel from me. But most of the time, people don't have a reason to seek counsel from you. They don't know who you are. So he wanted me to know who he was, but he hadn't searched out to know who I was. In that moment he asked, I was able to allow him to know who I was. And I remember he stopped and he was like, that's really good counsel. And our relationship from that day on has never been the same. My dad has entrusted me with so much. He thinks I'm wiser than I am. He thinks I'm smarter than I am. Partially because I just read a lot, you know, and I personally seek a lot of counsel from a lot of different people. And so our relationship has totally transformed. And now he does have a measure of respect for me as a man, as a father, as a husband, and all that. But it took sowing into him in the area of his need, which was being known and seen. Now, forgiveness is a whole different thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I have to be willing to communicate my needs. So forgiveness is great, right?
Yeah.
God forgives us. Jesus forgives us. We have no more sin.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's incredible. I don't fully understand it. And now if I sin again, I still come back and ask for forgiveness, even though it's technically paid for. And there's something about this relationship, every relationship, where one, I assume innocence a lot when somebody hurts me. And that does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I shared once about like my wife saying something and I said, whoa, that hurt. I know you wouldn't try to hurt me. So like, can you help me understand? Like I assume innocence because I don't want my heart to go into a place of bitterness or anger. So I'd rather not tell myself a story of them trying to hurt me, because we can tell ourselves some crazy stories. Yep. Have you ever done that?
Yep.
And we do. We tell ourselves some crazy stories sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, tell me, like in your relationship with your parents, like how often do you think you're telling yourself a story that's not reality?
Very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you go to find clarity, like, have you ever gone to get clarity? Like,
I've never.
So you only have one side of the story, and the one side of the story you have is your wounded side.
Yeah.
I bet you less forgiveness is needed if you ask for clarity.
Dang.
You don't need to forgive somebody as much as you think you need to forgive somebody. You just need to understand them. Mm-hmm. Relationships are all about connection. For the most part, connection is all about understanding. I want you to understand me. You want to understand me. Mm-hmm. I want to be understood. You want to be understood. Mm-hmm. And so we desire connection. If I am misunderstood and you are hurt, right? Mm-hmm. And I did not intentionally try to hurt you. I had a friend tell me one time, offense is taken, not given.
Dang, that's different.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Offense is taken. It's not given. You can choose to take offense with something, or you can choose to get clarity and understanding. When you get clarity, the offense might have been intended, but you can still choose not to be offended. It's still a choice. We're not victims to people's words or opinions. Are we?
No. How do you get the clarity? Just by communicating?
Asking. Hey, here's what I heard you say. Mom, when you told me I'm a little chunky. What were you trying to say? Because I heard you trying to hurt my feelings. I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. Were you trying to control me? That's probably what was happening. I was trying to use words to control you.
Yeah.
What is your mom really trying to say? And I'm using a fake example, right?
Yeah.
I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about your health. I'm so concerned about your future husband's relationship with you. And I do not know how to communicate it.
That's a different story.
That's a completely different story.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
What you were trying to do was control me with the best tools you have. Control is the best tool you got. You don't have a lot of tools in your arsenal. So you use control because you know it works and it's easy and it's convenient. But what you're actually trying to say is, man, I really care about you.
Okay.
It doesn't make it easier. I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
It doesn't make it easier, but it makes it easier to forgive. It doesn't make it easier to experience. It makes it easier to forgive when you know their hearts are actually good.
Yeah.
Most people are not evil. That's truth. Most people are not evil. Most people are terrible communicators. Most people have very few tools in their arsenal. But most people are not evil. And if you think that, if you believe that most people are not evil, then when they hurt you, the only reasonable thing to do is get understanding. Hey, what were you trying to say? Did you know that hurt me? And sometimes it's like, yes, I did know that would hurt you. I was trying to control you. They wouldn't know how to say that, but that's what they're saying. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to control you. And pain is an easy way to control you.
That's rough.
But it's true.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving excuses for people.
No, yeah.
Right? But if I understand somebody, I can forgive them. Very few people are sociopaths or psychopaths or out there trying to hurt people and have no emotional regret. That's not most people. Very, very few people.
Yeah. And you were saying even like just previous before we start recording that the only person that you can control is yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That it's really the only person we can't control.
Yeah.
You know, unless we're radically abusive people.
Yeah, which we don't want that.
No.
No.
Like, I have the privilege of controlling me, controlling my response, controlling my reaction, and allowing you to communicate to me how you're receiving me. It makes my responsibility a lot smaller.
It does. You don't have to control other people.
Man. But I do have to understand them. I'm struggling with my oldest right now. He's like always trying to argue. And I'm like, just tell me plainly what I need to understand. Because right now, I do not understand. And I'm starting to get frustrated because I feel like you're trying to control me. This is, a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
What else? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking, what does understanding looks like?
Yeah.
I just maybe just like a relationships.
No, you don't. That's a belief you'll want to change. One, you're currently not where you want to be in your relationships.
Yes.
But you don't low-key suck at anything. You're low-key have low experience in things.
Yeah.
And having low experience in things and being bad at something is two different things. But that's like, yes, one can equal the other, but I can grow in it. And I would never want to tell myself I suck at something that I have very little experience with, because then I'm creating a limit and what I believe I can accomplish. And my beliefs are way too important to put limits on them.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Go back to your question. What was it?
What does understanding someone looks like?
I'll tell you what it doesn't look like.
Okay.
It doesn't look like agreement. Because that's what we think it is.
Yeah.
If I understand you, that means I agree with you. I don't have to agree with you to understand you. What I have to do is be humble enough to put myself in your shoes and see the situation through your eyes. That's harder.
I don't know. Isn't that still kind of agreeing with someone because it's different? How is it different?
Here, I'll word it this way.
Okay.
I'm in an argument with somebody.
Okay.
I give them room to help me understand them. I can say something like, I can see why you would draw that conclusion based on what you shared. It doesn't mean I agree with it. I'm not agreeing with their conclusion. And like, say I'm in an argument with you. I hurt your feelings, right? And you tell me the scenario around how I hurt your feelings. And I go, oh my gosh, I can see from your perspective why that would have hurt your feelings. Mm-hmm. Can I share with you what I meant? Because it was so far away from what you heard. I feel terrible.
Yeah, that's different.
So different.
Yeah. We
are so far apart in what I thought you would get to hear and what you actually heard.
Yeah.
Can I fill that gap? Because I feel terrible for this misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. What?
That's crazy.
And it's helpful, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to agree with you. I'm not even trying to say that you're correct. I'm just saying I'm looking for more understanding.
Yeah.
And now you've given me the gift of understanding. I want to give you the gift of understanding.
It's more like, what am I hearing from you?
Yeah. Here's what I'm hearing from you. And now, can I give you this gift? I want you to understand where I was coming from. And like, if I drive over your foot with my truck and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It was an accident. Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, it still hurts.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't feel pain. Don't feel pain. And you're like, what do you mean don't feel pain? You just drove over my foot.
Yeah.
I think it's broken. That's how we treat people with their emotions.
Oh, dang.
I didn't mean to hurt you. Don't feel pain. Don't feel that. It's like, oh no, I don't want to feel this. I wasn't trying to feel this. I'm just feeling it.
Yeah.
My emotion, I don't get to choose the emotions I feel. It's like getting hit in the knee. I just feel the pain. Ow, that hurt. Right?
Yeah.
And then you go, I didn't mean to. Don't feel that. That to me is, if I just give you the freedom to feel your pain, oh my gosh, that sounds painful. I'm so sorry. That's not what I intended. Can I help you understand what I meant? Because emotions, they are, in a lot of people's case, a knee-jerk reaction. So them feeling the emotion is actually not like intentional. It's a response to the situation.
No, it's really good. I think I've never seen it from the other person's perspective.
Yeah.
I was always from what I see on what the situation is.
Yeah.
Instead of what am I hearing you say, So I was like, wow, that's different.
That's so good. There's so many tools, I think, that we're able to hand people today. And a lot of people heard. And I'm just so thankful that you came on today. You asked some great questions. This was awesome. If you want Esther back, let us know. Esther is one of my favorites. And so thank you guys again for joining the Become Great podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. If you want Esther back, let me know. If you want more relationship content, let me know. Yeah, but we're having fun.
We are.
Remember, you too could become great.